Capricorn. Thanks for joining me for your 2018 year ahead reading. I am using the Morgan Greer deck, and I'll be drawing a card for each month of 2018. And at the end, I'll be drawing an angel card for you for the year, as well as an animal totem card. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me for this yearly spread, you can do so by selecting a 60 or a 90-minute reading, and then just writing in the subject section when you submit your appointment request form on my website that you prefer to use this type of spread. Either way, you know how to find me. Capricorn, please watch your sun, your rising, and your moon for these readings. Here are your cards. January, 8 of Swords. February, 3 of Swords. March, Page of Rods. April, 6 of Cups. May, Ace of Swords reversed. And June, 4 of Coins. Okay, let's get the second half of the year going. Okay, that wants to come out, so we'll do this. July, August, September, October, November, and December. Capricorn, Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon. Okay, so this doesn't surprise me. The 8 of Swords starting the reading. January and February are eclipse season months. So not everyone can make it out unscathed in that time period, and the reality is we start our year with a full moon on the 1st. So it's emotional energy right out the gate. The full moon at 11 degrees of Cancer on the 1st of January affects the 7th house of soulmates and what is important to your heart. And Capricorn might be feeling restricted or limited, or like there is a ceiling on their relationship at the start of the year. Also, the very last day of January, on the 31st, we have a full moon total lunar eclipse at 11 degrees of Leo in your 8th house of sex and intimacy and who you partner up with. And also shared resources, which could also be the tone of what is stressing Capricorn out. Either way, whether it's relationship in the 7th house, soulmate energy, or whether it is money and shared resources and who is investing in you, the 8 of Swords suggests that you're bound by the circumstances or dictates of some type of authority. You might not be able to set yourself free from crisis, what you're mentally assuming is crisis. I feel like no one is really stuck anywhere unless they choose to be. So if you're feeling a sense of limitation, which I know you can be, just due to the energies that exist in Capricorn, Saturn is with you in the 1st house, which is this card in the 1st placement. And you're just getting used to this because Saturn just entered your sign 10 days prior to January 1, or 2 weeks prior. So you're feeling the presence of this right out the gate, and it's in conjunction with Pluto who's there. So I understand what you're going through in terms of the feeling of limitation. Now heading into February, on the 15th, we have a new moon solar eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius in the 2nd house of security. So your money is what's getting you feeling a little bit stagnant or trapped. Your money sector is a new moon eclipsed energy, and you've got the presence of 3 planets strongly influencing Capricorn at this time. Pluto, Saturn, and Mars. And I feel like there is restrictive energy in the first 2 months for you because it's how you are accessing it, or what are they saying? It's how you are mentally accumulating this energy. The swords rule the mind. It's how you're assessing this, is what the word was I was trying to say. The Three of Swords is delay and some disappointment. So you are feeling restrictive energy, and it could be in terms of a relationship, it could be in terms of earning. It can't apply the same way to everyone. But seeing that these eclipses hit you in your 2nd and 8th house, it could be that your self-worth somehow is determined by who you are with, and you might be holding on to relationship just for the sake of their security because you can't imagine how you'll live on your own. So that whole thing is what the eclipses are working on. You know, you weren't born attached to another human being, so you should make decisions based on what you naturally feel, not circumstantial decisions. If you don't want to be in a relationship, but you are worried about how you'll provide for yourself, don't base your decisions out of worry. Do what's best for you, and things will fall into place regardless of circumstances. Heading into March, Page of Rods. I love it. You're getting moving. Literally, you could be moving out of a situation that caused you suffering and heartache, moving out and traveling away. The pages bring messages, and this is a creative offering or an inspiration in March, the season of spring, fire, Aries, the time of Mars action. And you're taking a journey here. On the 8th of March, Jupiter is retrograding in Scorpio in your 11th house of contacts. You could be inspired to travel to visit a friend and join a new social club and review that area of your life. Also on the 22nd of March, Mercury retrogrades in Aries in your 4th house of environment. I feel like you're assessing where you're living and why, and with whom. With whom. And I feel a sense of you taking action. He's heading towards the past a little bit in his reflections. This is a card of nostalgia. I read these per month, but I also use a summation. This is like a sentence to me. And where the page is looking and where he is heading is to an emotional connection that used to be. The 6 of Cups is someone you used to connect with emotionally or even intimately. And you're remembering a lot. And it's not this energy. It's probably what happened before here, like over in this energy way before this year. So in April, when you start in, Mercury's still going to be in retrograde or retrograde through the 15th. So you could hear from someone from the past. You could be inspired to be the initiator in this contact. Mercury goes direct at 4 degrees of Taurus in your 5th house of true love and romance. Look at how these little people are looking at each other. They used to know each other when they were younger or from long ago, years ago, maybe at least 6 years ago. You could be inspired to touch back with somebody. There's also a new moon in April at 26 degrees of Aries in your 4th house of environment. Some of you might be going to a place where you used to connect with someone long ago, or going home where you were born. Now Mars-Pluto conjunction in April. On the 26th, there's an exact conjunction. A lot of this energy. At 21 degrees of Capricorn in your 1st house, conjunct Saturn. On April 26th, I want you to circle that date, Capricorn. And actually, 2.5 days before and after, this will be the strongest. But there's an exact energy on April 26th that I feel is tumultuous energy. And it's, as a whole, globally, this could be some kind of catastrophe in our environment or weather or, political dynamic or something that's a little bit catastrophic. So that date is an aggressive energy, but you'll be feeling it strongly because it takes place in your sector. So watch the body. Don't lift heavy equipment that day. Don't expose yourself to risk-taking and dangerous activity on April 26th. But you're going back to what used to comfort you. Capricorn is retreating emotionally to what used to bring them comfort. And it's not what's most recent. It's going back. So see how that applies. On the 15th of May, going into May here, you've got Ace of Swords reversed, which is giving you the answer of no, or not just yet. Mars enters Aquarius to replenish your second house of finance through November 16th. So at the top of May, the first 2 weeks, it might not be a time to push forward. But come the second half of May, all the way into your earning sectors, I think these are going to be coin cards and they're going to be upright. Or maybe even some major arcana, Wheel of Fortune upright cards. We'll see. But May brings you stamina to your money from the 15th forward. There's also on the 25th a trine between Jupiter in your 7th house and Neptune in your 3rd house. But before then, it's a time of don't press forward too quickly. Stay in your connections that bring you comfort. And heading into June, where you have the 4 of coins, this is what you want to see now. This is what you're waiting for. I do like March. I do like April, with the exception of the 26th. But I like June the best so far. Stability, earnings, the protection of savings, being able to accrue a little bit more than you expected, impressed by your wealth. There's a power position to this. It's a card of stability. It gives you grounding. You have material gain with it, material gain with that card. And in June, Mars retrogrades in the money sector, and he's churning in your money sector. He is energy, catalyst, drive, force. Doesn't even matter if he's retrograde. He's still power, and he's in your earnings sector, and you're feeling confident come June. July, Hangman, spiritual download, data. The knowings of how to work your money, but also this is eclipse season. So these are eclipsed energies. We'll get into this in a minute. August, 4 of Swords. Again, eclipse season. Boom, this totally makes sense, these areas here. September, 3 of Wands. October, Judgment. November, ooh, I knew it. Wheel of Fortune upright, I called it. And I said Major Arcana upright. And December, 5 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, your money is picking up. Boom, boom, boom. Now, July, Hangman. The 12th brings a new moon partial solar eclipse at 20 degrees of Cancer in your 7th house of business partnerships, marriage, soulmates. It's a time of eclipsed energy, so you want to be on pause a little bit. You don't need to be deciding how to rule the world around July 12th, because we're also starting a Mercury retrograde, which is why he's here. The Hangman is the pause button from July 26th, where Mercury retrogrades at 23 degrees of Leo in your 8th house of intimacy. This is all connected here. And he remains retrograde through the 19th of August, which is why you have the card of rest through the top half of August. So Mercury's retrograding, and then again on the 26th, and then on the 27th, we have the full moon total lunar eclipse in the 4th house, in the 2nd house at 4 degrees of Aquarius. So, insight, security, self-worth, downloading information about how to earn at your highest potential here. This is going to be, November's going to pay you. November is your payout month in a big way. October can be too. This combination is powerful together. Heading into August, on the 11th, we have the new moon partial solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo in this 8th house of intimacy. You're required some downtime. And Mercury goes direct on the 19th in the 8th house of shared resources and intimacy. and who you are in bed with. So you've got a lot of insight happening July and August, a lot of information coming through intuitively during your periods of rest and recuperation. The mind is not resting, the body is. You see how he's just hanging, but he's awake, he's aware, and he's just laying, but these swords indicate the mental agility. Now we head into September with the Three of Wands. This is your month of travel. If you need a vacation month of the year, I'm calling September for your, well, I like March and September for travel for you. But March has a retrograde with Mercury and Jupiter. September does not have a Mercury retrograde that impedes you. So September is your month for replenishment, taking action, taking a trip, your ship coming in, and we head into the equinox. Karmic abundance is ahead. However, if you're a good person, the message I'm getting is however you spend your time with people, that's your karmic redemption. So if you've been good, if you've been generous and of service and prepared, here's your replenishment. October is the judgment, discerning, how much worth you're getting here. October 5th, Venus retrogrades at 10 degrees of Scorpio in the 11th house through October 31st. So Venus being attraction and beauty, but also money and abundance. Who's providing it for you? You might have someone coming in to assist you here. Angelic forces assist all the time, but when judgment is present, it does suggest calling upon higher forces to govern events. And with judgment, there's an unfolding here, a sense of one's part or purpose in the world or universe. Awareness of interrelation of all things is judgment. So you're very aware psychically, intuitively, heading into November, which is your payday, divine timing, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter. November, we have a retrograde of Mercury on the 16th at 13 degrees of Sagittarius in your 12th house through December 6th. And it doesn't really slow you down much because this retrograde occurs in this subconscious mind, 12th house, intuitive, psychic ability. This is still a time for earnings for you. And I think that things fall in your favor in terms of career or competition. You are chosen over others in November. And moving into December, the Five of Wands, that's your competitive month. Mercury goes direct on the 6th, and the full moon on the 22nd of December is at 0 degrees of Cancer in your business partnership sector and your soulmate sector, bringing closure, this full moon in Cancer here at 0 degrees, this full moon Cancer at 11 degrees. You have clients and competition and a business that is creative and blooming. You're also very fertile in December, according to the Tarot. The message with the Five of Wands strongly suggests competition and struggle for dominance and power. Don't forget, you've got Saturn and Pluto in your sign, and the energy and the dynamic of those planets is strong, and you are a worthy competitor, Capricorn. Let me pull your angel card for the year to see what comes up. And if you'd like to book with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. Isabella. Yes, the timing, here's Jupiter, or the Wheel of Fortune. The timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. This is a time for November, December, and even October, November, December. But this timing card, when Jupiter or when the Wheel of Fortune is upright, it is the right time to take a risk. And this is creative ventures and entrepreneurial energy that I'm getting. Let's see what your animal totem card is for the year for Capricorn. Antelope. That's different. 37. In numerology, that's a number 1. Adding them together, that is prosperity, abundance, the year of you, self, manifestation, magic. Let's read a little bit from Antelope for you. Okay, it's a card of action. When time was just beginning and the tribe of man was small, Antelope saw that two-leggeds were naked, hungry, and in danger of extinction. The ancestors would soon vanish from Mother Earth if action were not taken. Antelope took action and came into the camp, calling all the two-leggeds together for counsel. Great Mystery sent me to teach you a lesson. The lesson is to do. You have no need to be fearful if you know what to do and then you do it, the Antelope said. Well, this is about action. This is about divine timing. This is not the time to do things here, January, February, as well as July, August. Your action month starts from September on, also March on, because it's all about where the fire is. So your action is from March until June, and then from September until December. I hope this was helpful for you, Capricorn. I am wishing you a beautiful 2018. Thank you for choosing me for your readings. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.